You see, everybody wants to copy what Warren Buffett did to get rich. But what many people don't realize is that one of the greatest keys to his success has been. Hi, my name is John Quast, and thank you for coming by my YouTube channel, Working Capital, where we put in the hard work to become better investors. To do that, sometimes we glean wisdom from the letters of investing great Warren Buffett. He writes one to shareholders of his company, Berkshire Hathaway, every single year. I intend to make this a series on my channel, so expect future videos, but today we're looking at the letter from 2021. Okay, so it's important to point out that Warren Buffett took over Berkshire Hathaway in around 1965. Back then, you could have bought 5 shares of the company for about $100. Those 5 shares today would be worth almost $2.2 million. So how did Buffett do it? Here's probably the biggest lesson for investors from Warren Buffett's letter in 2021. Good luck, occasionally extraordinary luck, has played its part at Berkshire. Yes, Warren Buffett, the world's 6th richest person, says he got lucky. And in his 2021 letter to shareholders, he backs this up with a powerful anecdote. In 2006, Berkshire Hathaway bought a company called TTI. It makes semiconductor equipment and things like that. As the story goes, Warren Buffett met the founder of TTI over a lunch meeting, and they talked, and in that lunch meeting, they agreed to a buyout offer. From what I know about Warren Buffett, he probably offered a very reasonable price in buying out TTI, i.e., the deal must have been cheap. Now, in the 15 years after that deal to acquire TTI, earnings or profits for that company were up 673%. That's roughly doubling every 5 years. So what was a small business is now a huge part of Berkshire Hathaway's overall company. So clearly it was a great deal for Berkshire Hathaway to buy TTI, but Buffett calls that deal luck. As it turns out, the founder of TTI and Warren Buffett had a mutual friend. If they didn't have the mutual friend, they never would have met, the deal never would have happened, and TTI would have never become a huge part of Berkshire Hathaway's business. In his book, The Psychology of Money, author and economist Morgan Housel writes, "Luck and risk are both the reality that every outcome in life is guided by forces other than individual effort." Now, in no way should we diminish the role of individual effort in investing. This entire channel is about working hard. And indeed, Warren Buffett puts in an extraordinary amount of effort in investing. Supposedly, he reads somewhere in the neighborhood of 500 pages a day of financial material so that he can spot a good deal in the stock market when it comes along. However, even when you've put in the hard work, you're not guaranteed success. As Housel also writes, everything worth pursuing has less than 100% odds of succeeding, and risk is just what happens when you end up on the unfortunate side of that equation. I'll give you a personal example from my own portfolio. In December of 2019, I bought shares of the cruise line operator Carnival, and I think I had a solid investment thesis at the time. The cruise season for 2020 was shaping up very well with strong bookings. A large percentage of the population has never been on a cruise before, but indicate in surveys that they would like to in the future. People who do take cruises tend to be repeat cruisers over time. And for Carnival, the stock was cheap. It paid a good dividend and it had been well run for many years. So in my opinion, my investment thesis with Carnival stock was very solid in December of 2019. What I did not foresee was a global pandemic. And the global pandemic didn't just hurt operations for Carnival, it completely shut them down for over a year. No ships could sail. Something like that is a 1 in 100 years type of event. I didn't plan for it. My investment thesis was solid, but I just so happened to get unlucky, if you will. Now, we're talking about luck and risk, but just so you know, I personally don't believe in luck like many people do. As a Christian, I go with what James 4:13-15 says. It says, "Come now, you who say today or tomorrow, we will go into such and such a town and spend a year there and trade and make a profit. Yet you do not know what tomorrow will bring. What is your life? You are a mist that appears for a little time and then vanishes. Instead, you ought to say, if the Lord wills, we will live and do this or that." The point is, it doesn't matter how hard you work as an investor, there will still be things outside of your control, your knowledge, your foresight. Once you recognize this, you're going to approach investing with perhaps the investment trait that has made Warren Buffett a better investor than any other of the traits that he possesses. You see, everybody wants to copy what Warren Buffett did to get rich. But what many people don't realize is that one of the greatest keys to his success has been his humility to admit luck's role in his life. By staying humble, he doesn't get overconfident or seduced by past success. He stays vigilant and open to the possibility that he could be wrong. And that's a lesson from his letter in 2021 that would serve all investors very well. Anyway, thanks for watching this video. If you found value, I do hope that you'll hit that like button or subscribe, especially subscribe to help this channel gain some traction. I do have a goal of getting to 1,000 subscribers before July, so if you could help me out in that, it'd be really appreciated. And if you like learning from the letters of Warren Buffett, then go ahead and click the video right here on your screen and it'll take you to the video that I did for the letter from 2022.